Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn Anna. Learn English today.
Hi, friends. We're so excited to have you here with us today.
Today, we're talking about something truly powerful: how to change your life. Sam, I was thinking about something yesterday. Have you ever looked at someone and wondered how they completely transformed their life?
All the time. You see someone who was struggling, and suddenly they're successful, happy, and living their dream life. It makes you wonder, what's their secret?
Exactly. And you know what I realized? It's not about luck. It's not about being special or talented. It's about making small, consistent changes every single day.
That's so true. I remember when I started learning English. At first, it felt impossible. There were so many words, so many grammar rules. I thought I would never become fluent.
I felt the same way. But then something clicked. I realized that I didn't need to learn everything at once. I just needed to make a little progress every day.
And that's exactly what we want to talk about today. How small changes can lead to big transformations, how the right mindset can change everything, and how you can start changing your life today, not tomorrow.
This conversation isn't just about learning English, it's about personal growth, building better habits, and becoming the person you want to be.
And if you're enjoying this conversation and want to learn English while improving your life, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, your support helps us create more helpful content for you. Now, let's talk about how to change your life.
Anna, let's start with an important question. Why do so many people feel stuck in their lives? Why do they want to change but never actually do it?
That's a great question. I think there are several reasons. The first one is fear of failure.
Fear of failure. Can you explain what you mean?
Sure, many people don't try to change because they're afraid they might fail. They think, what if I try to learn English and I'm still not good at it? What if I start exercising and I don't lose weight? What if I fail?
I can relate to that. I've definitely had those thoughts before. It's scary to try something new and risk failing.
Exactly. But here's the thing: every successful person has failed many times. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of the process of success.
That's a powerful way to think about it. So instead of asking, what if I fail, we should ask, what if I succeed?
Yes, or even better, what will I learn from trying? Because even if you don't succeed perfectly, you'll learn something valuable.
I love that. What's another reason people feel stuck?
The second reason is lack of direction. Some people know they want a better life, but they don't know where to start.
That's so common. They have big dreams, but no clear plan.
Right. They think they need a perfect plan before they can start. But the truth is, you don't need a perfect plan, you just need to take the first step.
So it's better to start with an imperfect plan than to never start at all.
Exactly. You can adjust your plan as you go, but if you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll wait forever.
What's the third reason people feel stuck?
The third reason is negative self-talk. This is when people tell themselves things like, I'm not smart enough, I'm not talented enough, or I'll never be good at this.
I've definitely said those things to myself before, especially when I was learning English. I would think, I don't have a talent for languages. I'll never speak fluently.
And did that thought help you improve?
No, it just made me feel discouraged and want to give up.
Exactly. Negative self-talk is like poison for your progress. It stops you before you even begin.
So we need to change the way we talk to ourselves?
Yes. Instead of, I'll never be good at this, say, I'm not good at this yet, but I'm learning and improving every day.
That one word, yet, makes such a difference.
It really does. It changes your mindset from fixed to growth-oriented.
Is there a fourth reason people feel stuck?
Yes. The fourth reason is waiting for motivation. People say, I'll start when I feel motivated, or I'll start when I'm ready.
But what's wrong with that? Shouldn't we wait until we feel ready?
Here's the secret: motivation doesn't come before action. Motivation comes after action.
Really? Can you explain that more?
Sure, most people think it works like this. First, you feel motivated, then you take action. But it actually works the opposite way. First, you take action, then you feel motivated.
So if I'm waiting to feel motivated before I study English, I might be waiting forever.
Exactly. But if you just start studying, even for 5 minutes, you'll start to feel more motivated as you go.
That makes so much sense. I've experienced that before. Sometimes I don't want to exercise, but once I start, I actually enjoy it and feel energized.
Perfect example. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Sam, now that we understand why people feel stuck, let's talk about the solution. And the solution is simpler than most people think.
What is it?
Small changes, tiny improvements every single day.
Small changes? But don't we need big changes to see big results?
That's what most people think, but it's actually not true. Small changes done consistently create massive results over time.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Have you heard of the 1% rule?
The 1% rule? No, what is it?
The idea is simple. If you improve just 1% every day, in 1 year, you'll be 37 times better than you are today.
Wait, really? Just 1% per day equals 37 times better in a year?
Yes, it's the power of compound growth. Small improvements multiply over time, just like money in a savings account that earns interest.
That's incredible. So I don't need to make huge changes, I just need to get a little bit better every single day?
Exactly. Let me give you a practical example. Let's say you want to improve your English reading skills.
Okay, I'm listening.
Instead of setting a goal to read for 2 hours every day, which is overwhelming and hard to maintain, you commit to reading just 1 page per day.
Just 1 page? That seems too easy.
That's the point. It should feel easy, because when something feels easy, you'll actually do it consistently.
I see. So 1 page per day means I'll read 365 pages in a year. That's like reading several books.
Exactly. And here's what usually happens. Once you start reading 1 page, you often read more because you're already engaged. But even if you only read 1 page, that's still progress.
I love this. What are some other examples of small changes?
Well, if you want to improve your speaking skills, you could commit to speaking just 1 sentence out loud in English every day.
Just one sentence?
Yes. Or if you want to build vocabulary, learn just 3 new words per day. That's over 1,000 words in a year.
Wow. When you put it that way, small changes really do add up to big results.
And the beautiful part is that small changes are sustainable. You can maintain them even on busy days, tired days, or difficult days.
That makes sense. Big changes require a lot of energy and motivation, but small changes are manageable no matter what.
Exactly. And over time, these small changes become habits. They become part of who you are.
So it's not just about what you do, it's about who you become.
Yes, your habits shape your identity. If you read 1 page every day, you're not just someone who reads occasionally, you're a reader. That's your identity.
I never thought about it that way. So small daily actions actually change who we are as a person.
Exactly. And that's how you truly change your life, not through one big decision, but through small daily choices that shape your character. Anna, you mentioned habits. Can we talk more about how habits work and how to build good ones?
Absolutely. Understanding habits is crucial for changing your life. Habits are the foundation of everything we do.
What exactly is a habit?
A habit is an action that you do automatically, without thinking about it. For example, brushing your teeth is probably a habit for you.
Yes, I don't have to think about it or motivate myself. I just do it automatically every morning and night.
Exactly. That's the power of habits. Once something becomes a habit, it doesn't require willpower or motivation. It just happens.
So, if I can turn English practice into a habit, I won't have to force myself to do it every day?
Right. It will become as automatic as brushing your teeth.
That sounds amazing. But how do I turn something into a habit?
There are several key elements. First, you need a trigger or cue. This is something that reminds you to do the habit.
Like what?
For example, if you want to practice English every morning, your trigger could be finishing your breakfast. After breakfast, you automatically practice English for 10 minutes.
So the trigger is an existing action that reminds me to do the new habit.
Exactly. You're linking the new habit to something you already do consistently. This is called habit stacking.
Habit stacking. I like that term. What's the second element?
The second element is making it easy. Remove any obstacles that might prevent you from doing the habit.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, if you want to practice English in the morning, prepare your materials the night before. Put your English book on the table, open your app, or have your headphones ready.
So when morning comes, everything is ready and there's no excuse not to do it.
Exactly. The easier you make it, the more likely you'll do it.
What's the third element?
The third element is starting small. We talked about this earlier. Make the habit so small that it's almost impossible to fail.
Like practicing for just 5 minutes instead of an hour.
Yes, once you establish the 5-minute habit and it becomes automatic, you can gradually increase the time if you want.
This is really helpful. Is there a fourth element?
Yes, the fourth element is tracking your progress. When you can see your progress visually, it motivates you to continue.
How do I track my progress?
You could use a simple calendar and mark an X for each day you complete your habit. After a few days, you'll have a chain of X marks, and you won't want to break the chain.
Oh, I like that. So I'm creating a visual reminder of my consistency.
Exactly. And there's something psychologically satisfying about marking that X each day. It makes you feel accomplished.
What happens if I miss a day? Does that ruin everything?
Great question. Missing one day doesn't ruin your progress. The key is never miss twice in a row.
Never miss twice in a row.
Right. If you miss Monday, make sure you do it on Tuesday. One missed day is a mistake. 2 missed days is the beginning of a new bad habit.
That's a really helpful rule. So I shouldn't beat myself up if I miss one day, but I need to get back on track immediately.
Exactly. Be kind to yourself, but also be disciplined enough to restart quickly.
Anna, we've talked about actions and habits, but there's something even more fundamental that determines whether you'll succeed in changing your life.
What is it?
Your mindset. The way you think about yourself and your abilities has a huge impact on what you can achieve.
Can you explain more about what mindset means?
Sure, there are two main types of mindset: fixed mindset and growth mindset.
What's the difference between them?
A person with a fixed mindset believes that their abilities are fixed and can't change. They think, I'm either good at something or I'm not. I can't change that.
Oh, I think I've had that mindset before. I used to think, I'm just not good at languages. Some people have a talent for languages and I don't.
That's a perfect example of fixed mindset. And what happened when you thought that way?
I didn't try very hard to improve because I believed I couldn't improve anyway. What's the point of trying if you're just not talented?
Exactly. A fixed mindset becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe you can't improve, so you don't try, so you don't improve, which confirms your belief.
That's a terrible cycle. So what's a growth mindset?
A growth mindset is the belief that abilities can be developed through effort and practice. People with a growth mindset think, I might not be good at this yet, but I can get better if I work at it.
Oh, that one word yet changes everything.
It really does. I'm not good at English yet is very different from I'm not good at English.
So with a growth mindset, I see challenges as opportunities to learn rather than as proof that I'm not talented.
Exactly. Let me give you an example. Imagine two students both get a bad grade on an English test.
Okay, I'm imagining it.
Student A has a fixed mindset. They think, I got a bad grade. This proves I'm not good at English. I'll never be fluent. Why bother trying?
And student B with a growth mindset?
Student B thinks, I got a bad grade. This shows me what I need to work on. I'll study these areas more and do better next time.
Wow, same situation, completely different response.
Yes, and you can probably guess which student will improve faster.
Definitely student B. They're using the failure as feedback to improve.
Exactly. Failure isn't a sign that you should give up. It's information about what you need to work on.
This is so important. So, how do I develop a growth mindset if I naturally have a fixed mindset?
Great question. The first step is awareness. Notice when you're thinking with a fixed mindset and consciously change your self talk.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, when you catch yourself thinking, I'm terrible at pronunciation, stop and rephrase it as, I'm working on improving my pronunciation.
So, I'm changing from a judgment to a process.
Exactly. You're focusing on the journey of improvement rather than judging your current ability.
What else can I do to develop a growth mindset?
Celebrate effort, not just results. Instead of only feeling good when you succeed, feel proud of yourself for trying and working hard.
So, even if I don't speak English perfectly, I can feel good about the fact that I practiced today?
Yes, the effort itself is valuable regardless of the immediate outcome.
I really like this approach. It makes the whole process less stressful and more encouraging.
That's exactly the point. A growth mindset makes learning feel like an adventure rather than a test you might fail. Anna, I've noticed something interesting. Sometimes when I learn a new English word, I suddenly start hearing it everywhere. Why does that happen?
That's a great observation. It's because of something called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short.
Reticular activating system? That sounds complicated. What does it mean?
Don't worry, the concept is actually simple. Your brain receives millions of pieces of information every day. Things you see, hear, smell, feel. It's way too much information to process consciously.
So, what does the brain do with all that information?
Your RAS acts like a filter. It decides what information is important and what to ignore. It shows you what you've told it to look for.
Wait, so I can control what my brain focuses on?
Yes. Let me give you an example. Have you ever decided to buy a specific car, and then suddenly you see that car everywhere?
Yes, that's happened to me. I thought, wow, this car must be really popular all of a sudden.
But the car didn't suddenly become more popular. You just started noticing it because your RAS was programmed to look for it.
That's fascinating. So my brain was always seeing these cars, but I wasn't consciously aware of them until I told my brain they were important?
Exactly. And here's why this matters for changing your life. You can use your RAS intentionally to help you achieve your goals
How do I do that?
by clearly defining what you want and consistently focusing on it. If you keep thinking and talking about your English learning goals, your brain will start noticing opportunities to practice and learn.
So if I keep thinking, I want to improve my English, my brain will start pointing out English learning opportunities that I might have missed before.
Exactly. You'll notice English signs, overhear English conversations, and remember to practice when you have free time. Your brain will help you find ways to reach your goal.
That's so cool. But what if I keep thinking negative thoughts? Will my brain focus on those too?
Unfortunately, yes. If you constantly think, I'm bad at English, or learning languages is too hard, your brain will look for evidence to support those beliefs.
So I'll start noticing all my mistakes and all the things I don't understand, which will make me feel even worse.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to consciously choose positive, empowering thoughts.
This explains why mindset is so powerful. It's not just about feeling good, it's actually changing what our brain pays attention to.
Yes, your thoughts literally shape your reality by directing your brain's attention.
So, how can I use this knowledge practically?
Start each day by thinking about your goals. Visualize yourself achieving them. Use positive affirmations like, I'm improving my English every day.
And by doing this, I'm programming my RAS to look for opportunities and progress.
Exactly. You're training your brain to be your helper rather than your enemy.
Anna, I've noticed something interesting. Sometimes when I learn a new English word, I suddenly start hearing it everywhere. Why does that happen?
That's a great observation. It's because of something called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short.
Reticular activating system? That sounds complicated. What does it mean?
Don't worry, the concept is actually simple. Your brain receives millions of pieces of information every day. Things you see, hear, smell, feel. It's way too much information to process consciously.
So, what does the brain do with all that information?
Your RAS acts like a filter. It decides what information is important and what to ignore. It shows you what you've told it to look for.
Wait, so I can control what my brain focuses on?
Yes. Let me give you an example. Have you ever decided to buy a specific car and then suddenly you see that car everywhere?
Yes, that's happened to me. I thought, wow, this car must be really popular all of a sudden.
But the car didn't suddenly become more popular. You just started noticing it because your RAS was programmed to look for it.
That's fascinating. So my brain was always seeing these cars, but I wasn't consciously aware of them until I told my brain they were important?
Exactly. And here's why this matters for changing your life. You can use your RAS intentionally to help you achieve your goals.
How do I do that?
By clearly defining what you want and consistently focusing on it. If you keep thinking and talking about your English learning goals, your brain will start noticing opportunities to practice and learn.
So if I keep thinking I want to improve my English, my brain will start pointing out English learning opportunities that I might have missed before?
Exactly. You'll notice English signs, overhear English conversations, remember to practice when you have free time. Your brain will help you find ways to reach your goal.
That's so cool. But what if I keep thinking negative thoughts? Will my brain focus on those too?
Unfortunately, yes, if you constantly think I'm bad at English or learning languages is too hard, your brain will look for evidence to support those beliefs.
So I'll start noticing all my mistakes and all the things I don't understand, which will make me feel even worse.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to consciously choose positive, empowering thoughts.
This explains why mindset is so powerful. It's not just about feeling good, it's actually changing what our brain pays attention to.
Yes, your thoughts literally shape your reality by directing your brain's attention.
So, how can I use this knowledge practically?
Start each day by thinking about your goals. Visualize yourself achieving them. Use positive affirmations like, I'm improving my English every day.
And by doing this, I'm programming my RAS to look for opportunities and progress.
Exactly. You're training your brain to be your helper rather than your enemy.
I've heard people talk about gratitude a lot lately. How does gratitude relate to changing your life?
Gratitude is incredibly powerful. It might seem unrelated to achieving goals, but it's actually a key part of personal growth.
How so?
Well, when you practice gratitude regularly, you train your brain to focus on what's going well rather than what's going wrong.
Oh, like what we learned about the RAS. Your brain looks for what you focus on.
Exactly. If you constantly focus on problems and what you don't have, your brain will find more problems. But if you focus on what you're grateful for, you'll notice more positive things.
So, gratitude makes you happier?
Yes, but it does more than that. Gratitude actually gives you energy and motivation. When you appreciate what you have and how far you've come, you feel empowered to keep going.
That makes sense. If I'm always thinking, I'm so bad at English, I'll never improve, I'll feel discouraged. But if I think, I'm grateful I can now understand simple conversations and I'm excited to keep learning, I'll feel motivated.
Perfect example. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring areas where you want to improve. It means appreciating your progress while continuing to grow.
How do I practice gratitude? Is there a specific method?
There are several ways. The most popular is keeping a gratitude journal. Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for.
3 things? That seems like a lot to think of every day.
It's easier than you think. They don't have to be big things. You could be grateful for a sunny day, a good cup of coffee, a kind message from a friend, or the fact that you practiced English today.
Oh, so it can be simple, everyday things.
Absolutely. In fact, noticing small, everyday blessings is especially powerful because it trains you to see good things all around you.
When should I write in my gratitude journal?
Many people do it in the evening before bed. It's a nice way to end the day on a positive note, and it can improve your sleep quality too.
Really? Gratitude helps you sleep better?
Yes, when you go to bed thinking about positive things, you feel calmer and more peaceful. Anxiety and stress decrease when you focus on gratitude.
What if I don't like writing? Are there other ways to practice gratitude?
Sure, you could say your three things out loud each morning, or you could share them with a family member or friend. Some people even take photos of things they're grateful for.
I like the idea of sharing with someone. It could become a nice conversation.
Exactly. And when you express gratitude to other people directly, it strengthens your relationships too.
Like saying, "Thank you for helping me practice English" to a friend?
Yes, expressing appreciation to others makes them feel valued and makes you feel more connected. It's a win-win.
This all sounds wonderful, but I have to be honest. Sometimes life is really difficult. What if I'm going through a hard time and don't feel grateful?
That's a very honest question. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect when it's not. Even in difficult times, you can find small things to appreciate.
Like what?
Maybe you're grateful for your health, or for having food to eat, or for a supportive friend, or even just for the strength to get through each day.
So, even in hard times, there are always some things to be grateful for if I look for them.
Yes, and paradoxically, practicing gratitude during difficult times can actually help you cope better and find solutions.
How does that work?
When you're stuck in negative thinking, you can't see opportunities or solutions, but gratitude shifts your mindset just enough to open up new possibilities.
So, it's not about toxic positivity or ignoring problems. It's about maintaining a balanced perspective.
Exactly. You acknowledge challenges while also recognizing blessings. This balanced view gives you the emotional strength to keep moving forward.
There's one major obstacle that stops many people from changing their lives. Do you know what it is?
Is it fear or lack of time?
Those are common obstacles, but I'm thinking of something else: perfectionism.
Perfectionism. But isn't it good to want things to be perfect?
Wanting to do your best is good, but perfectionism is different. Perfectionism is refusing to start or complete something unless it can be perfect.
Oh, I see. So perfectionism actually prevents action.
Exactly. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone wants to start speaking English, but they think, "I'll start speaking when my pronunciation is perfect and I know enough vocabulary."
And they never start speaking because they're waiting for perfection.
Right. And ironically, the only way to improve pronunciation and vocabulary is to actually practice speaking.
So perfectionism creates a catch-22 situation. You won't practice until you're perfect, but you can't become perfect without practice.
Exactly. That's why there's a powerful saying: done is better than perfect.
Done is better than perfect. I like that. What does it mean exactly?
It means that taking imperfect action is better than taking no action at all. Progress matters more than perfection.
Can you give me more examples?
Sure, if you want to write in English, it's better to write one paragraph with mistakes than to write nothing at all because you're worried about making mistakes.
Or if I want to have a conversation in English, it's better to speak with errors than to stay silent because I'm afraid I won't say everything correctly.
Perfect example. Every time you speak, even with mistakes, you're learning and improving. But if you stay silent, you learn nothing.
I definitely struggle with this. Sometimes I don't participate in conversations because I'm worried I'll make mistakes and people will judge me.
That's so common. But here's the truth. Most people admire someone who tries and makes mistakes more than someone who doesn't try at all.
Really?
Yes, effort is impressive. Everyone knows learning a language is difficult. When you try despite being imperfect, people respect your courage.
That's actually really encouraging. So I should focus on participation rather than perfection.
Exactly. Your goal should be progress, not perfection. Are you better than you were last month? That's what matters.
How can I overcome perfectionism practically? What should I do when I feel that urge to wait until everything is perfect?
Here's a helpful strategy. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Before you do something, say to yourself, "This doesn't have to be perfect. I'm learning and growing."
So I'm consciously lowering my standards.
Not lowering your standards for improvement, but lowering your standards for starting. You can improve as you go. You don't have to be perfect from the beginning.
That takes a lot of pressure off. What else can I do?
Set time limits instead of quality limits. For example, instead of saying, I'll practice until I can speak perfectly, say, I'll practice for 20 minutes.
Oh, that's smart. Because if I set a time limit, I'll definitely practice. But if I set a perfection standard, I might never feel ready.
Exactly. Time limits force you to take action, while perfection standards often prevent action.
This is really changing my perspective. I've wasted so much time waiting to feel ready instead of just starting.
Don't feel bad about the past. The important thing is that you're understanding this now. From today forward, you can choose action over perfection. I have a question. A lot of people say you need confidence to succeed, but I don't feel confident about learning English. Should I wait until I feel more confident?
That's such an important question, and the answer might surprise you. You don't need confidence before you take action. Confidence comes from taking action.
Wait, really? I always thought I needed to feel confident first, and then I could do difficult things.
That's what most people think, but it actually works the other way around. You do difficult things, and then you develop confidence.
Can you explain more?
Sure. Think about anything you're confident about now. How did you become confident at it?
I'm confident about cooking rice, and I became confident by cooking rice many times.
Exactly. The first time you cooked rice, were you confident?
No, I was nervous and worried I would burn it or make it too mushy.
But you did it anyway. And then you did it again and again. And after doing it many times, you became confident.
Oh, so confidence came from repeated action, not before the action.
Yes, confidence is the result of experience and practice. It's not something you can develop by just thinking about it.
So if I want to be confident speaking English, I need to speak English even though I'm not confident?
Exactly. Each time you speak, you gain a little more confidence. You prove to yourself that you can do it.
But what if I make mistakes and that makes me less confident? This is where mindset comes in. Mistakes don't reduce your confidence if you view them correctly. Mistakes are feedback, not failure.
So I should see mistakes as learning opportunities?
Exactly. Each mistake teaches you something valuable. The more you practice, the more confident you become. Sam, before we finish, there's one more crucial thing we need to talk about.
What is it?
Your environment. The people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on your success.
Really? How so?
There's a famous saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
What does that mean?
It means that your habits, attitudes, and success level will be similar to the people around you. If your friends are positive and motivated, you'll become more positive and motivated too.
So I should choose my friends carefully?
Not just friends, but also the content you consume online, the communities you join, the people you follow on social media. All of this shapes your mindset.
That makes sense. So if I want to improve my English, I should surround myself with English learners and speakers.
Exactly. Join English conversation groups, watch English content, participate in online communities. Create an environment that supports your goals.
This is such valuable advice.
Sam, we've talked about so many strategies today, but there's one final message I want to leave with everyone watching.
What is it?
Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today, right now, with one small action.
That's so important. What small action can our viewers take right now?
It could be anything. Watch a 5-minute English video, read 1 page in English, speak 1 sentence out loud, or simply decide on the one tiny habit they'll start tomorrow.
The key is to take action, not just feel inspired.
Exactly. Inspiration without action doesn't create change. Action creates change.
Well, Anna, this has been such an inspiring conversation.
I agree. We've covered so much today about changing your life through small daily actions, positive mindset, and taking action instead of waiting for perfection.
Thank you so much for watching and learning with us today, everyone.
Remember, you have more control over your life than you think. Start small, stay consistent, and believe in your ability to grow.
See you in the next video.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.